our support. We love you folks. We appreciate the job you're doing, the fact that you're putting your life on the line day in and day out for New Yorkers. And like I said, I feel that you deserve so much more than you're receiving. And also a shout out to to the families of those who lost family members over the last couple of weeks. Our hearts go out to you and our prayers to you and your family. So today's episode, we have a little something special in the shop. We have something we've never had before. Okay, I've never had this this particular firearm in my hands or in the shop before. This is a Remington NYLON 66. All right, so pretty cool rifle, extremely lightweight, just a nice little plinker. All right, so when I saw this, a buddy of mine brought it in and said, I got something for you. If you can take a little time and check it out, check it over. It's been sitting around a while. It developed some issues with the bluing, and stuff like that. The receiver has some rust, corrosion damage, and as well as the barrel, some corrosion damage. Not too heavy, frankly. It didn't get to the point where we have severe pitting. There is a little bit of pitting, but not severe. The receiver, just mildly as well. And later on we'll get to the close-ups and I'll show you what we're looking at. Okay. Yeah. So what we're going to do is going to take this down. We're going to break it down completely, or almost completely. We won't break down. We're going to remove the receiver, the components inside, like the connector and the trigger assembly and so on and so forth. We're not going to remove. No need for what we're doing. Our primary objective here is to make it look aesthetically pleasing, at the same time renew the bluing, protect the finish, and so on and so forth. So that's our primary goal, really. So it'll look good. It'll be functional. We're gonna check the function. The charger, you can see, is pretty smooth. Like I said, I'll go over the entire rifle as we're breaking it down to give you an idea of what we have. We've got some broken components and stuff like that, but it's a really nice, really complete firearm. A nice little rifle. Like I said, this is the first time we've actually had one in our hands, so I really like it a lot. We're also going to do a weigh-in on it. I suspect this is probably one of the lightest rifles of any type that I've held in my hand. Okay, so even a short barrel, like an 18.5, which this is not. This is a little bit longer. Actually, it might be. We'll have to check it, but it might be a 22. But we might have to check. It might be a little shorter. It might be a 20. We'll do a measurement of the barrel and see what we have there. But I mean, this is by far, I think, really the lightest rifle. Lighter even than a 10-22. Okay. But we will do a weigh-in. We'll see what we have. A very, very cool rifle. It's got what they call a bonded stock. Okay. Whereas it's nylon, but it's basically one piece. Okay. Even the butt stock, okay, is glued on or bonded, okay. Really kind of cool. There's some cool features on here, like the inlay. It's all nylon, or plastic, or whatever you want to call it. It's a type of polymer or plastic, but it's got some inlay here, which is kind of cool. It's got checkered, forearm, and also grip. Make sure it functions. Right out of the gate, it feels like it functions. You can see I'm charging. You see there's nothing in there. Pull the rod just to make sure. You can see the rod's out. Okay, we got the rod out. We charged it. We took the safety off, and then we're gonna release it. You can see it's empty. It's safe. It's a safe firearm, which is very important. Make sure that whether your firearm is empty or loaded, that it's pointed in a safe direction, downrange, stuff like that, so we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna upgrade it a little bit. We got a little surprise in store for our friend. I'll tell you, is a person we've known for over 20 years. Eddie Share, really great guy. I just call him basically, Eddie Share, I just call him E for short, or E Share. So, yeah, I think that he's going to get many, many happy years out of this rifle. And I'm just happy to be able to be the one that he trusted, or put his trust in me to do the work for him. Frankly, I haven't seen him in a long time, but he's like, you know what, Paulie, I got this rifle, and yeah, do it up, man. And so that's what we're gonna do. We got it in the shop now, and yeah, so that's it. Let's go to it. All right, so we got our nylon 66 in the shop, in the house. All right, so we're gonna start breaking it down. Got a copy of the Remington Field Service Manual handy. Nylon 66. Always recommend to have a copy, the latest copy of the manual in there, because there are some tricks and interesting information defined in the manual. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna start out. Okay, we've got the rod out. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the charging handle. Okay, which is very simple to do. Actually, you know what? Before I start, I'm gonna put this thing in a I'm gonna put it in a rack. All right. So as you can see, we've got this racked. We've got our tip-tin gun vise. All right. So it's nice and solid in there. All right. Just be careful when you're clamping down on this that you don't clamp it down too tight, because you got a nylon stock. Don't forget it's nylon. Okay, and not wood. So make sure you're careful with that. So we got this racked. All right. So to pull the charger, all you have to do is put the safety on. Okay, and then just rack it, and then the charger should come right out. There you go. See, so the charger comes right out. Okay, so it has to be on safe to remove the charger. Okay, so the next thing we're going to remove is we're going to remove the receiver cover. Okay, this receiver cover is very straightforward. Get yourself a good screwdriver, a nice flathead. Okay, something that fits in there well. You've got 2 screws on the I call it the passenger side or port side. Okay, so we're just gonna turn those out. Okay, these are long screws. They're screws that go completely through the receiver. Okay, you can see that. There's 2 of them. All right, so, and they show up on the other end. So we're just gonna turn those out. Okay, make sure you got a good place to store everything, and then from there we're just gonna lift up evenly on the receiver. Okay, it should just pop right off. All right, so what you can do is, if you can't get the receiver, it may be a little tight pulling up on it. Okay, just get a flathead screwdriver, go very easy, and just wiggle it a little bit from the bottom, okay, to get it started. All right, very simple to do. And you can grab a hold up front here and just pull straight up, and it will just work the back at the same time. You got to come straight up with it. All right, and just pull it off, and that's it. So now you got the receiver. The receiver, okay, includes, as you can see, the rear sight assembly. Okay, it's one piece. It's really cool the way they did that. All right, I really like it a lot. All right, so just set that aside. All right, we're going to work on that. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the barrel. Okay, so to remove the barrel, let's flip the rifle over. Okay, lock that back in. Make sure it's locked up. You've got only 1 screw. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can. Let's just move some of the tools out of the way here. I'll move that camera a little closer. Okay. All right, so you've got 1 screw here underneath that holds the barrel on. So get a good flathead in there. Turn that out. There you go. screw, place that somewhere good. Now turn the rifle back over, right side up. Okay, actually what just fell out is the extractor. Okay, so make sure you don't lose the extractor. That's easy, that goes right back in. I'll show you that later. All right, when we get to that part of it. Okay. All right, so now the rifle's back right side up. We're gonna lock it back in, and now we're just gonna lift the barrel. Gonna lift the barrel out. There's actually a clip here. Okay, so what you need to do is you could have either left the screw, excuse me, left the screw in partially, or just screw it back in partially. Okay, and then you could just turn it in like one turn, and then just push up on it, and you'll see this bracket or this clamp. Okay, it's like a C-clamp. It pops out. All right, so from there you just lift that out. Okay, it'll come out. The receiver. Okay, so you lift that up, and now you can slide the barrel out. That's it. Okay, so now your barrel is out. Okay, and I'll give you a close-up on the pitting, the loss of bluing up front here. You can see it's pretty bad. Yeah, the bluing, the further you go back, it's pretty nice. This more than likely is just really just a storage issue, frankly. This bluing could have been rubbed off by you know, putting it in and out of like a case, like a gun case, in and out, so it could be just rubbed off over time. The pitting itself is probably just a storage issue. Also too, the rifle case could have gotten wet up front, so that could have been what it was as well. You know what I mean? So we're just going to set that aside for now, and then we're just going to continue to remove this. It's not a C-clip. I called it a C-clip. It actually looks like a little padlock, frankly. Okay, but that's what actually is the retainer. I'll just call it a retainer. I'm sure that's not a technical term for it, but the retainer for the barrel. That's what holds the barrel in place. Okay, it's a floating barrel, so that's what holds it in place. All right. So there's also a clip here. We can leave the clip there. Actually, let's take the clip out. There's a clip also, okay, or a spacer. What's nice is you can't install it wrong because it says front right on it. So front of the rifle, okay. So when you put that back, you just put this like this, okay, and then you slide that back in. You have that in the front, okay. You can see there's a little detent there, okay. So that goes right there, okay. So front, all right. So really easy, really kind of idiot-proof to be frank. Okay, so now from there we're just going to take out the bolt. All right, so we're just going to slide the bolt forward. That'll just slide right out. We got the bolt, pretty nice bolt. It's in good shape. And so you can see we've got the bolt out, and you can see the firing pin here. Okay, here's your firing pin right here. Okay, you could see that's what strikes. That's what strikes the rim, okay, because this, as you know, 22 is rim fire. You could see very clearly. Not with that tool. Let's get with a decent tool here. All right, so you could see the round. You can see the circle here. The outline of the 22, the back of the 22 rim. The shell, and you can see where the firing pin impacts that. That's it. So it's good. So the spring feels good in there. It's in good shape. What do we got here? We've got the extractor spring and the plunger. All right, pretty cool. Good stuff. All right, we're in good shape here. That's really, frankly, as far as we're going to take this down. We have no reason to take this down any further. Okay. The trigger assembly is really in great shape as far as, let's show you a close-up of that. As far as the bluing is concerned, it's in really great shape. As a matter of fact, it's plastic. but the trigger itself, the bluing, is fantastic. It looks great. All right, so let's just lock that back up. We don't need to go any further with this teardown. All right, no point in ripping this thing apart. I do want to show you the ejector though, okay, that had fallen out before. So I'm just going to turn the rifle around, all right, and show you where that fell out of. It fell out of here, okay. You know, it's like a mail slot, okay, you see that? And there's, what makes this easy, again, very simple to not screw it up, okay. So here it is, okay. The shape, the little Mickey Mouse ears, they match here. All you got to do is slide this right in here, just like so. See, that's back in. All right, now, as you can see, you see I've got an empty shell in there. Now you're going to see something that you're only going to see on 5-star armor or 5-star restorations, okay? I'm going to show you the action or the bolt moving rearward and the ejector ejecting that spent shell, okay? So yeah, hold on to your seats. Like I said, this is something you will only see here. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so I think I have the camera in the best possible place to see this. Alright, so here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The ejector, you can see it's moving in this direction. It would have forced it out of the ejection port, like so. That's it. Okay, so at this point we're going to remove the front sight from the barrel. Alright, again, get a good screwdriver that fits well. Okay, so looking at the barrel here, okay, which now we got a strip barrel. Okay, so we're where we want to be with the barrel. Okay, at this point we're just going to take some wet dry sandpaper. We're going to work this at about 400 grit. Alright, so we're continuing to work this at 400. Alright, it's coming out pretty nice. Okay, we're in really good shape with the barrel. Okay, so we're going to set that aside for now. And we're going to concentrate on the receiver. You can see where the damage is here, the pitting and the rust. Alright, so we're going to concentrate on that for a little while. Alright, so we're concentrating on that receiver. Okay, so we let that dry in the oven for about 20 minutes. It's nice and dry. We're just going to continue hitting it with some alcohol. Alright, you can use alcohol, acetone, lacquer thinner, you know, whatever your flavor is for degreasing. It's totally up to you. Okay, so this is in no way an advertisement for the Birchwood Casey line of products. I just happen to have an order that just came in. Obviously, I'm a huge fan of the product, okay, but we are not being paid. We are not endorsed by in any way Birchwood Casey. Okay, so we already applied some Birchwood Casey Blue and Rust Remover, okay, to make sure that this is 100% rust free. I just wanted to display some of the other products that we use: brass black, aluminum black, walnut stain, you know, for different projects and whatnot. Stuff is unbelievable. Okay, for this project we're going to use, we got the big boy here, the 32 fluid ounce. We're going to be using the Super Blue by Birchwood Casey liquid gun blue. All right, this is extra strength gun blue for steel, touch up, or complete re-blue. All right, so we've got some Birchwood Casey Super Blue liquid gun blue here. We've got a fresh swab, and we're just going to swab that on. Okay, we're just going to saturate the swab. All right, so the bluing on this came out really, really nicely. And you can see it really came out nice. There's a nice hue in there. Very nice. It's very even. Okay, so but to really make it look perfect, we're going to polish it out with some double aught brass wool. We're going to hit that receiver cover with some Marvel lubricating oil, super blend. It's good for home, shop, auto, and farm. Okay, this product we use continuously in the shop, but we use it liberally. Pretty much about the only thing we're liberal about. Okay, I won't get into politics, but yeah. Okay, I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, so we're just going to put that on very liberally, if you will. And I like this stuff because it works great, it protects incredibly, and it smells good. All right, it smells like if you ever had, when you were a kid, or maybe when you weren't a kid, a big kid or a little kid, if you ever had bubble yum. Bubble yum, bubble gum. That's what it smells like to me. All right, I mean, I don't recommend sitting there inhaling the stuff, but snort every once in a while isn't going to affect you maybe too much. I don't know, it depends. But anyway, just going to wipe off any excess and just hit the inside. Yeah, it's good. The receiver's gorgeous. That's all I could say. It's really all I could say. I mean, look at that finish. Just going to wipe that a little bit more. Let me go get my gun rag. Got my Brownells gun rag here that I've had, and I'm not kidding. Oh, it's actually, I'm sorry, it's a Hoppies, but I got it from Brownells. And when I say 30 years ago, I'm not kidding around. This is the grandfather of all gun polishing rags, and I use it sparingly. You can see when you look at this, we did not blue the front sight area, and you can see that that is virtually identical. Okay, I mean, you would never notice the difference between those two. That's factory. This is what we did. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we are trilled with the results. There you go, polished out. Better than new, in my opinion. All right, so let's set that aside, and we'll work on our barrel. All right, so here's the barrel. As you can see, we've been treating this with a massage of alcohol. You can see the residue that's still on there. Okay. Alright, so it should be pretty good at this point. So you know what we're going to do? Just to finish this up, we're going to hit this with a little bit of full strength super clean. Okay. Tough Task Cleaner Degreasers. Dissolves grease super easy, super fast, biodegradable. Okay, this stuff is super strong, at 100%. So be careful what you spray it on. Painted surface, it'll take the paint off. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. We've already treated this with Bertram Casey Blue and Rust Remover. Removes blue and rust easily and quickly. We already treated the barrel with that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to treat it with Bertram Casey Super Blue Liquid Gun Blue. Okay, in my opinion, the easiest, best solution for cold bluing. All right, so let's go ahead and just apply this on the barrel. Okay, we submerge that and wash that off in just cold tap water. Okay, we're just going to continue to towel dry that. It's pretty clean at this, so it's pretty dry at this point. What we're going to do at this stage is we're going to put that in the oven for about 15 minutes at 250 degrees. We'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back. We have a thoroughly dried, oven baked blued barrel. We are going to hit that now with some double aught brass. Just going to liberally treat this barrel to a bath of Earl. Okay, that's what really protects it and brings out, really, I mean, the beauty, the sheer beauty. You know, if you were here, E, I wish you were here, Mr. Share, to share this moment with me. Yeah. In my opinion, is you know, is this type of metalwork and Remington product is just like a piece of art. Okay, so you know, that's just my my redneck opinion. You know, so I know I'm from New York, but I know what you're thinking. But you know what, my heart's in Dixie, so. Don't hold the New York thing against me. All right. So that's that. So we're just going to bring in the receiver cover and show you the two together. And this may be it for part one of a two-part series. Hoppy's 30-plus-year-old gun rag. You could see this thing looks like it's been through the battle of you know, of Gettysburg. All right. Actually, let's see. Not the Battle of Gettysburg. I'd say Manassas, which a lot of people know as Bull Run. All right, so looks like it's been through the run, and so we are just polishing it out with this fine old rag. And look at that! Oh my God, absolutely gorgeous. The combination of these two is just phenomenal. All right, let me get in there. I polished, highly polished the front sight and mounted it on the freshly blued barrel just to give you an idea of the contrast and the quality of the bluing on this, and so you can see. And I've got the receiver in there. Okay, and yeah, it's fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Very, very, very satisfied with the results of this. Okay. We want to send our heartfelt condolences out to the families and the victims of violence, our friends, our men and women in blue, okay, the NYPD blue. We want to say we stand behind you. The people are behind you, despite the administration. We are behind you. Believe me, the people love you, and we're behind you, and we support you in every way and respect you. So thank you for your service, and also we appreciate our viewers, and we want to thank you for watching and subscribing to our channel, and looking forward to finishing up the Nylon 66. And also want to shout out to all my fellow restoration people in the YouTube community. Yeah, great bunch of people, and yeah, I love being part of that as well. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.